the church fans. Good night. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started. This is your first time, all right? So the people that's on for the first time, so the way this works, I have someone that's going to give a deliverance testimony. After she finishes her testimony, I got some things that I'm going to talk to you about, some things that God spoke to me about. So I'm going to reveal some things to you. And then after we talk, or, I talk about that, then I'll move on to the deliverance and healing prayers. So we'll end it with that. And then, if we got time, which we should, if you got any questions, then I'll take your questions. But what I will tell you, if you know how to screen record, you might want to screen record this because there's going to be a lot of information tonight. And also with the prayers, you can screen record these prayers, and the prayers will always be effective. Like the prayers, it's not, the prayers are not like a loaf of bread. It's not going to expire. So you can listen to the prayers whenever, and they'll still be effective. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the. Let's get started with these with this deliverance. So I got her on the line. So you can go ahead and introduce yourself, and you can go ahead and get started.
Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. My name is Gladys, and I know Thomas through my oldest sister. Go into detail about my deliverance. Like I used to go to mediums and psychics and what have you because.
And hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure everybody can hear you. Are y'all able to hear her all right? Let me just make sure they can hear you. Okay, everybody able to hear you. Cool. Okay, all right. You can go ahead. All right.
Yeah, so like I was saying before, I met Thomas through my eldest sister a while back. She just always would talk about him, but I never was really interested because I had my own people, that I went to. And I was dealing some of the things I was dealing with was witchcraft, homosexuality, alcoholism, and those were the top three. So my mom had came out to see me in Texas. I flew her out actually, and because I just kept having different problems in my life. I was just unhappy. I was very anxious, being an overthinker, depressed, and stuff like that. So me and my mom, we kind of prayed on it and came into agreement. I was like, you know what? My sister, she kept talking about Thomas. His name just kept popping up in her head. So I was like, that's who I'm going to go to. So I reached out to my sister and I asked her for his number, and she ended up giving me his number. And then I reached out to him the next day, and he answered the phone for me, and he was like, do you suffer from anxiety and depression? I was like, no, I don't think so. I was like, I'm just an overthinker. He was like, well, yeah, anxiety and depression coincide. And I was like, well, I never knew that. So that was that. And then he also asked me, he was like, are you into witchcraft too? And I was like, I just, do the tarot cards and stuff like that. And I really didn't know, knowing that I was into witchcraft. And then I had certain tattoos on me that I showed him. And he said that opened up demonic portals. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to take care of all of that. That's when I just was like, no, I need to get delivered now. What do I need to do? And so he mentioned that I need to go through a deliverance. So I was like, well, can you just mail the stuff to me? And he was like, no, I can't do that because the packages and stuff been coming up missing. So I was like, well, I just fly there, fly to Virginia because I'm located in Texas now, but I'm originally from Virginia. So within that next week or so, I believe, I flew to Virginia, and it was just up from there.
Now, let me ask you. Now I know you said that before. Didn't you go to some type of spiritual retreat before or something to help with what you had going on? Was it something in Costa Rica or something?
Yeah, it was the retreat in Costa Rica, called Rhythmia, and I done that for a week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of money too, and it was like it didn't really help. I got myself. I guess they sent to some more stuff, like, but I done the I'm not sure if everybody on TikTok heard of a plant called ayahuasca. So that was something else I did too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so going through that, so like, how was your experience as you was going through it? Because a lot of people always want to know, like, because I always tell everybody experience is going to be different. So as you was
Right.
going through the baths and stuff, how was your experience with it?
It was like super draining. I was like very tired. I could barely like reach out to you at times, but I would like stand it. I would just pray a lot, like for strength, and just I really didn't like throw up or nothing like that. I was just really drained, and I still was kind of confused, like doing some of the steps wrong. Like I felt like that was the enemy or like demonic spirits, like trying to make me even more anxious or not want me to do it. And I'm like, man, I gotta get it together. So that's when I just pray more about, to get through it.
Okay. All right. And I know you said when you took one of the baths, did one of your locks come out or something in the tub or something?
Oh yes, Thomas, I was so mad. So everybody, I was mad. I was mad at Thomas. I was like, you told me they was not gonna come after me. They was gonna attack you, like, because he was like, they attacked him. So I was like, they like my dreads are falling out, man. It was like more than one. It was like at least like 10 plus. And I was like, man, can I even put these back in my hair? And he was like, well, I didn't say words, but then I had to come back and, apologize to him. Like, I mean, I'm the one who got myself in it, so I can't really be mad at Thomas for, like, it's my fault.
Okay. All right. So since you're done with everything, so how are you feeling since you completed everything? Versus how you was feeling before.
I feel way much better, Thomas. Like, I don't feel confused. I don't feel like I used to always lock all of my doors. I'm not sure if other people, that's listening on TikTok. Like I used to shut every door in the house, like, or I might either lock it behind me. I can sleep with the doors open. I mean, I feel like I can sleep with my front door wide open, and just 'cause I'm just at peace now, and it just feels like I'm not into like homosexuality anymore. Like even through the process, I was asking Thomas, like, can I still smoke weed? Can I still drink and stuff? He was like, well, as I was you, I'd stay away from that, like, because that's the whole point. So I was still trying to figure out ways where I can do it, but it was actually pulled away from me anyway, like alcoholism, like smoking weed, and also being into other women, like that homosexuality spirit, and the spirit of confusion, and witchcraft also, like I wasn't doing the tarot or none of that stuff anymore. Like it really just, I can really say the deliverance process put me through all of that. And the work, like I actually pray, I fast, I do all of that. It's not like it just was happening overnight. It was the entire process that, that I had to go through.
Right. And you want to talk about because you had an altar. Didn't you have an altar that I saw, I think?
Oh yeah, I did. I had as far as the altar, like I was really into the Egyptian, so I really want everybody that's listening right now to pay attention to this because I'm a Black African American woman, and I know it's our culture to like worship our ancestors, or I don't know if that's the enemy or just like point of trying to get us to like worship our ancestors. But I just want to make my point that our ancestors worship a God, worship the Most High God, and worship Jesus, aka Yeshua, or vice versa. But I was into all of that, so, and I was into like God is my aunt, and she's supposed to be like the God of the truth. But my also, like Thomas is mentioning, it had the owl horus on me, which I also had tattooed on my back. So it was the owl horus, or aka the owl raw. And I also had the Ankh symbol tattooed on me too. So they say that's the symbol of life. and all of that, which opened up portals also. So, and I also was getting into, as far as when I was speaking of ancestors, like the Orishas and stuff like that. So each day I will worship a different Orisha. Thursdays would be like Oshun, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that listen now or into, that to the Orishas and stuff, it was Oshun. And then I would do, on Fridays, I would do Shango, I believe. And then Saturdays, I would do Yemaya. And then on Sundays, I would do Obatala. And he's basically so equivalent to Jesus. So I felt myself going towards that, like being Easter. That's what they call it, like Easter and all of that. So just know once you start doing all of that altars and all of that type of stuff, like you're getting into something totally different. And I felt like even with Thomas, I was thinking like, I'm just paying homage to my ancestors, but in reality, I was worshiping them and not paying homage, So it's basically like worshiping idols and not the Most High or Yeshua. So I was just going down the whole wrong path with the altar stuff, back to the altar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you made it through it, and I'm glad you're feeling better. And I know you was telling me you feel like your relationship with the Most High has gotten even stronger. So that's a good
Yes,
thing.
it really has.
Okay. All right.
I'm grateful for you, Thomas, like being a vessel, and keeping me on track with all of that, going through the process of that deliverance with you, like. Yeah, that was the best thing I could have ever done. So if anybody second guessing themselves or they're listening to me now, like I wrote a review also on his website. My name is God is Glad up there, so when you get a chance, y'all can go check that out. But yeah, and I don't trust too many people also, but I definitely know Thomas is the truth, and he's just not going around here professing to be a prophet and all of that. Like he really is like a man of God, a God-fearing man.
All right. Well, I appreciate your testimony, and
Yes, sir.
we're gonna go ahead and jump on into the next half.
All right. Thank you, Thomas.
All right.
Thank you, everybody on TikTok.
All right. Let's get into it, y'all. We got some stuff to talk about. Get your ink pens ready. Get your ink pens ready. Prophet Thomas is about to start talking about some stuff. The woke prophet. I think I'm gonna change my name to the woke prophet. Got a lot of people that sleep around here, but my job is to help to wake y'all up. We're going to talk about the Bible. Yep, we're going to be talking about the Bible right now, this week. That's what we're going to be talking about. So, Yeshua leads me every week to talk about different things. So, like, I really never know what I'm going to talk about. It just depends on what he leads me to. So, he wants me to talk to y'all about some stuff. So, first of all, let me say this. Let me ask everybody this first and foremost. First of all, how was everyone's Easter? Let me ask y'all that first. How was everyone's Easter, first of all? I don't know, these comments running slow and freezing. Some people say I don't celebrate birthdays. Some people say great. Some people say so. Some people say my resurrection Sunday was great. Didn't do anything wonderful. Didn't celebrate. Stayed home. Was peaceful. Another day. Didn't do anything. Went to church. Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk to y'all about is Easter. So again, my job is to help to remove the programming. Now, the ones that, if you've been following me, you'll know that I'm a lot different from the other prophets. The stuff that they talk about, you may hear me saying something a lot different from what they're saying. So let's talk about Easter. All right. Now, to let you know, if you're celebrating Easter, it's not what you think it is. Some people think that it's the resurrection. That is not true. Let me ask y'all, have y'all ever took the time to sit and ask yourself, what does eggs and bunny rabbits have to do with the resurrection of Yeshua? You know, like, most people don't take the time to think about these things, and that's why you hear me talk so much about. Before I started this, like Yeshua or God, the Most High God, would always say that my people are so programmed. You know, they're so programmed. You know, help to wake them up so they can know. It's almost like you got a lot of people that's walking around here like zombies. So when I say that, you just following what everybody else doing. Everything that's passed down, everything that's tradition. You know, if your mom did it, you did it. If your grandma did it, you did it. Nobody's questioning anything. Everybody's just believing everything that they hearing. You know the zombies that used to be on the filler video, the ones that did the little dance like that? Yeah, that's how everybody is around here. Everybody like these zombies walking around believing everything that you hear. You're not taking time to question none of the stuff. So that's when I say people are asleep. So you got to wake up. You got to take yourself off of cruise control. You got to question a lot of these things, because what's happening is all of these holidays that you are celebrating are what we call pagan holidays. If you don't know what pagans are people that they don't celebrate, but they don't even believe in Yeshua or the Most High God, because they were around before Christ. And that's how a lot of people are also getting caught up in a lot of other demonic things dealing with different symbols, because they're thinking these symbols mean one thing, but these symbols were before Christ. You know, these symbols are ancient symbols. So you may think this symbol means power or strength, and it means something totally different. So I see a lot of people getting caught up from that too. But anyway, so let me tell y'all what Easter is really about. All right, and then you can make your own decision if you want to continue to keep celebrating it, or if you don't. You know, like I always tell you, I'm not here to convince you of anything. That's all I am, is the messenger, and I'm going to give you the information. You know, we're gonna do this just like football. I'm gonna hand you the rock. I'm gonna give it to you. You can either run with it, or you can drop it. It's totally up to you. But my job is to give you the information. So anyway, so Easter. So again, bunny rabbits and eggs has nothing to do with the resurrection. So this all came about. First of all, this goes all the way back to the Babylon times. It goes all the way back to then. So it was a pagan goddess. Her name was Ishtar. All right, pagan goddess named Ishtar. So this is the goddess of fertility, or was the goddess of fertility and reproduction. All right. So this was a big day for the pagans. This was a huge day. Whenever her day came around, you know, it was a huge, huge celebration. Now, I'm going to tell you, the thing about this is they always would celebrate this in the springtime, because in springtime, everything came to life. And again, Ishtar, she's the goddess of fertility and reproduction. So it's like everything is being reborn. So, let me see. Is everybody with me up here? Let me make sure, because I don't know, these comments coming in. So am I freezing up, y'all, or can everybody hear me pretty good? I'm freezing up. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, yeah. So that's what that was about, right? So they would it would be a big deal, you know. They did things like had orgies, a lot of prostitution. They would take babies. They would kill and sacrifice the babies, and they would do that because they would offer these babies to the babies to God. I mean, to different gods, different pagan goddesses. So this is what they were doing for for Easter. And like I said, it was a big thing because back then, this is before Christ, so this is all pagan stuff that they're doing. Now, they had a Roman emperor, right? And so his name was Constantine. Now, this was the first Roman emperor that converted to Christianity. So he converted from being a pagan to Christianity. And so he wanted to find a way to hopefully try to get everybody else to change what they were doing or try to step from the pagan religion into the Christianity. So what he did was he changed Ishtar's day to Easter, right? And he did, so he tried to wrap it up all into one, and hoping to get these pagans, hoping that they would, switch over to Christians. So that's what all of that was about. And again, they worshiped the bunnies and they worshiped the eggs because Ishtar was the goddess of fertility and reproduction. And if you know anything about rabbits, what people always say about rabbits, bang, 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 bang. That's all they like to do. Have sex, and make babies. That's all they do. It's all about reproducing and having babies. So, and she's the goddess of fertility. So they worship the rabbits and the eggs. So it has nothing to do with this resurrection of Yeshua. All this stuff that you've been taught, all this stuff that you've been hearing. So when you're going out here and you're celebrating that is what you're celebrating. You're not celebrating a resurrection. You're not celebrating that. So this was the root. This is the root. And see, a lot of times people think that they can cover something up and you can change it, but it doesn't work like that because that's the root and that's what it was. I don't care what kind of face you put on it. That's what it is. So when you're celebrating Easter, that's what you're doing. You're celebrating basically witchcraft, sacrificing little babies, orgies, prostitution. They got drunk. So I mean, it just was it was a mess. So that's what Easter is about. So Easter comes from the goddess Ishtar. Some people say Ishtar or Ishtar, pagan goddess. All right, pagan goddess. So there's a lot of pagan stuff that's going on that people don't know about. So I would encourage you to, not to be one of the ones that's going with the flow and not questioning this stuff, because all of the holidays are pagan holidays. I can tell you that right now. They all are pagan holidays. Now, let's move on to this, right? So we'll talk about the Bible now. We'll talk about that. So, and I'm gonna just give y'all some history, how I led up to all of this, right? So when I started all this stuff, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, I didn't know what was going on. I was hearing, talking to the angels and talking to God. I mean, I actually thought I was going to die. That's what I thought. I was seeing stuff, so I was like, maybe I'm on my way out. But anyway, as I was talking and I started getting more visions and things were coming clear to me, as things started getting real clear to me, then I said, okay, well, I understand what's going on. Now, I'm trying to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? That's what I'm asking the Most High God. Like, what do you want me to do? So I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to be a pastor, I got to go to school. And I always been, like, honestly, always been against, a pastor, any of that, because, and not that I'm judging, but I'm just telling you the stuff that I always saw. I always saw so much fakeness. I always saw a lot of fakeness in the church, a lot of fake pastors. They'll do one thing and I'll see something else. I saw it so much, so I didn't want to go down that road at all. And then to be honest with you, I felt like I just wasn't ready. And I was like, I'm the type of person, either I'm going to do it right or I don't want to do it at all. And I wasn't even sure if I could do it. So I didn't want to play with it. Let me just say that. So anyway, I started hearing, an angel was talking to me. He was like, well, no, you don't have to do that. So later on that night, I was praying and I was speaking to Yeshua. I was speaking to the Most High God, and he told me, he was like, I started writing because I used to sit and I would meditate for hours, and I would just talk to the Most High God and just get messages. So I'm gonna read one of these messages to y'all real quick. So I got this message on 12/24/2018 is when I got this message. So I'm gonna read it real quick. I mean, it's 7 pages, so I ain't gonna read 7 pages, but I'm just gonna read like a little paragraph real quick. So it says, I'm showing you things through a different set of lenses that many could not begin to comprehend or allow themselves to be free from the programming that they have been taught throughout the years. This can be a difficult cycle to break because that's all that one knows, and that's all that one is willing to accept. Your job is not to force anything on anyone, but just simply to let them know the truth and to be open-minded while receiving the information. Many in this lifetime will never know the truth because of fear and being scrutinized and not being brave enough to follow their own path. Most feel comfortable with following the traditional path and staying with the group because they feel safety is in numbers, not knowing that it is okay to be different and question the obvious. To question the obvious claims and to form your personal relationship with me and not so much depend on what others tell you, which has been passed down and altered and is not my word. Society has taught to choose a certain religion, and that's what you believe in. But I am here to tell you that not one religion is right or better than the other. They all have flaws and all are misinformed. Listen to your heart and intuition, which will help you to use discernment and will lead you to the answers you seek. All right, so that was one of my messages that I got from the Most High God. All right, so now I'm gonna read you another little message here that I got, and I got this one on July 15th, 2019. So this one says, let's see. Okay, it says, you see, attending church several times a week does not necessarily bring you closer to me, nor does choosing one religion and studying it to the utmost. These things are all cliche and are embedded and programmed in one's mind. You will be a walking example to show the world by simply believing in me, being obedient. Some of it is what I require. Okay, so I just wanted y'all to hear that part. So those were the messages that I got. Okay, and then so I end up being led to this next thing we'll be talking about, which is the Bible. So I end up being led to this. The reason why I was led to this because I had made some videos, and in the videos I was telling people that the Bible was tainted, and of course you got people that was like, "What? The Bible tainted? There ain't no way." You know, we got people that follow this Bible to a T. I'm telling you. I mean, I know somebody right now that's going through an abusive relationship, like not physically, but in every other way besides that. Her whole thing is that what the Bible says, you know, you're not supposed to get divorced unless it's cheating and all this other stuff. I mean, some of these people, when I mean it, in one lane, and they don't want to hear nothing else. And so I talked to God about that too. Talked to the Most High God about that too. And he was like, a lot of these people know these things, but they're so scared because they feel like if they don't have the Bible, what else do they have? They would feel lost. They would really feel lost. So, so my thing is, I'm not saying that it's 100% false or fake, but I can tell you, there's very little truth in it. I will tell you that it's very little truth. Now, this is what I'm gonna do now. How many people read the King James version? A lot of people read the King James version. How many people read the King James version of the Bible? Everybody read? Yes, I do. I started to. Me, I have an apocryphy. I do. Okay. So it seems like, yeah, so it seems like everybody reads the King James and maybe the NIV. All right. So King James. This is a picture of King James right here. All right. King James. So I'm going to tell y'all something about King James that y'all didn't know. I don't think y'all knew anyway. Did y'all know that King James was a Mason? Let me ask y'all that first. Did anybody know that King James was a Mason? Some people said yes, some people said no. No, sir. So King James was a Mason. All right. Now, for the people who don't know about Masons or Freemasonry, let me kind of break that down to you. So Masons, they worship what they call the supreme being, is what they worship. They worship Lucifer. And some of them will come outright and they'll tell you that. I've seen videos. Matter of fact, somebody sent me a video the other day. They was talking to a Freemason, and he said that that's what they worship, the supreme being of Lucifer, right? So most of the lower level Masons, they don't have any ideas, but the ones that are like, the high ranking ones, they know what time it is. So again, you are reading and studying out of a Bible from King James. So that should tell you something's off already right there. And he was a Mason. So just so you know that. So whenever you reading the King James, that's what you're doing. You're reading something that he was involved in Masonry. So that's already a red flag. All right, so let's get into it now. So as I'm speaking to the Most High, so he starts leading me in these different verses, right? So I get all of this stuff that he wants me to point out to y'all. So after I get all this stuff, I say, okay, so you want me to go back and tell them, right? He said, yes, expose it. Expose it. That's what he said. He said, expose it. They need to know. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so let's do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's expose it. So let's talk about, because with these religious people, what they'll do is they're good at trying to throw a verse on you. They use what's convenient at the time. But I noticed they duck a lot of this stuff that they are trying to ignore. But I'm not going to ignore it, and I'm gonna call it out so you can know what's going on. So let's talk about one verse now, okay? And if y'all want to fact check this stuff, that's cool. So if you got something to write with, you can write it down. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is in the New Testament, 1 Peter 2:18. So chapter 2, verse 18. All right, so let's read this. Now this is crazy to me. And I'm saying to myself, I know that there's no way that people know this. They can't possibly know this and be cool with it. But this is the verse. Servants, be submissive to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the harsh. So now you're telling me that the Most High God is telling us, well, first of all, these supposed to be God's words, whatever. So you're telling me that the Most High God is saying that, first of all, it's okay to be a slave and that we should be submissive to the owners, even if they treat you harsh. That's what it's saying. All right, so I'm going to read it again. Servants, be submissive to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the harsh. Now, we know that ain't something that God would say. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Ephesians 6:5. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5. Here we go again. Slaves, obey your earthly masters with deep respect and fear. Serve them sincerely as you would serve Christ. Now, there ain't no way in the world. I got to read it again. Slaves, obey your earthly master with deep respect and fear. Serve them sincerely as you would serve Christ. So that's what it's saying. So again, it's telling you to that you should be serving your master. That you should be serving your master like you serving Christ. Yeah, like you're serving Christ. So we hope I did this thing right. Yeah. So again, now I'm assuming that everybody doesn't know this, but a lot of these Christians know this stuff. They want to try to ignore it. All right. So now the Most High God would tell us to be submissive to a slave owner. And I don't think so. All right, let's move to the next one. Timothy 2:11 and 12. Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. Let a woman learn in silence with all submissive. I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over man. She is to keep silent. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can hear me now? Everybody can hear me, right? See what I'm saying? Ain't nothing but the devil. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Ain't nothing but the devil. Okay, so I'm good to go now. All right. Okay, so let's go back to, I don't know if y'all heard that or not. Okay, so Timothy 2:11 and 12. Let a woman learn in silence with all submissiveness. I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over man. She is to keep silent. Now, no woman is supposed to teach. You got a lot of these old school prophets and pastors out here. That's what they believe. I know one of them is like the guy Gino. That's what he believed, that no woman can be a pastor. No woman is supposed to teach at all. So this is something that the Most High God is saying too, right? Wrong. All right. Let's go to the next one. Deuteronomy 23:2. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Okay, so you know what that means. So if your mother and father are not married, and I guess if you have a child out of wedlock or whatever the case is, you can't come to church. You're a bastard. So you're not allowed to come to church. That's something that the Most High God is saying too. That's what he's saying. That was Deuteronomy 23:2. So that's also something that he's saying. We got to give that an X from Family Feud. And we know that ain't right either. We can't go with that neither. All right. I wanted to make sure I got quite a few, because you'll have some of the religious people, they'll try to come with all these different excuses. But I got so many, I could have wrote a whole book on this. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Deuteronomy 23:1. Chapter 23, verse 1. No one whose testicles have been crushed or whose penis has been cut off may come into the assembly of the Lord. So basically, if you've been circumcised, you can't come to church. I don't understand it. So that's what the Most High God is saying. That's what he's saying. If men been circumcised, you cannot come to church. That's what's supposed to come. Don't get circumcised. Have lint around the top of your penis or whatever it is when you don't get circumcised. Sometimes there's a little smell that go with it too. But anyway, if you circumcise, that's what he's saying, that he don't want us to come to church. Don't make sense again. All right. Okay. So all the guys supposed to have a turtleneck. All the penis supposed to look like a turtleneck with no circumcised. That's what you're telling me. All right. Stupid and don't make sense. Let's go to the next one. All right. Leviticus 15, Leviticus 15:20. Chapter 15, verse 20. Oh man, this stuff here is something else. All right, let's see. I don't know if my screen recording is working, but hopefully, Princess, if you recording this, I can be able to get it for you. So anyway, yeah, okay. All right, so let me move past the turtlenecks. They want the men. If you got a turtleneck, you can come to church. If not, you can't make it. All right. So the next one, Leviticus chapter 15, verse 20. Anything on which the woman lies or sits during the time of her period will be unclean. So anytime during your period that you sit on, it's unclean. So the Most High God looking at all women now that have a period that you filthy. They don't want you sitting on everything. Everything is just going to be unclean. Don't make sense to me. And I don't believe that the Most High God said that or would say something like that. Okay, let's move to the next one. Matthew 5:31-32. Matthew chapter 5, verse 31-32. Okay, now Yeshua was supposed to say this. Whoever divorces his wife, except on the grounds of sexual immorality, makes her an adultery. And whoever marries a divorced woman commits adultery. So, basically, the Most High God is saying that the only way that you can divorce somebody, is if the person is cheating. All right? And if somebody marries a woman that has been divorced, the woman is committing adultery. And whenever a married, divorced woman commits adultery. So if a woman has been divorced and she gets remarried, she's committing adultery. Again, makes no sense at all. But let's keep moving. Because again, this is the Bible now. This is what everybody is following by. And, you know, I tried to tell the old lady it was tainted and she got in a Karate Kid stance. You remember when he had his hands up like that and held his foot? Like she was going to karate kick me. She was going to do a roundhouse kick. Yeah, but anyway, so let's move to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Leviticus 21:18-21. So Leviticus chapter 21, verse 18-21. No man who has any defect may come near. No man who has blind or lame, disfigured or deformed. No man with crippled foot or hand, or who has a hump in his back, or a dwarf, or who has any eye defect, or who has festering or running sores or damaged testicles. There again, talking about testicles again. God like to talk about testicles a lot. No descendant of Aaron, the priest, who has any defect is to come near the presence of the food offering to the Lord. He has a defect, he must not come near to offer the food of his God. So again, we're talking about church. So basically, anybody that's handicapped, you can't come to church. So if you got a cane, you can't come to church. Anything wrong with you in a wheelchair? But I thought the handicapped people that had sickness, I thought that was the purpose to come to church. They're looking for healing, right? But according to these verses, you're not supposed to come to church. I don't understand it. And why would the Most High God keep talking about testicles all the time? Like, I don't know. It don't make sense to me either. But again, this is what everybody follows. All right. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Psalms 137:9. So Psalms 1, chapter 137, verse 9. Blessed shall he be who takes your little ones and dashes them against the rock. Blessed shall he be who takes the little ones and dashes them against the rocks. So you're supposed to take your kids and you're supposed to throw them into the rocks, bash their head, and you'll get a blessing from taking your kids and throwing their heads into the rocks. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all can go behind me and check it out. Psalms 137, verse 9. Again, makes no sense at all. So I'm supposed to take my son, take him and throw him into the rocks, and then God gonna bless me for doing that. Not at all. Stupid and makes no sense at all. All right, let's move to the next one. 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 29. 2 Kings, chapter 6, verse 29. So and listen to this one. So we boiled my son and ate him. And on the next day I said to her, give your son that we may eat him. But she has hidden her son. So we have boiled my son and ate him. And on the next day I said to her, give your son that we may eat him. But she has hidden her son. So we're supposed to boil our kids and eat them? So that's what we're supposed to do. So that's what I'm saying. People can't really be reading this Bible. It ain't no way in the world you telling me that you reading the Bible and you seeing this stuff and that you thinking it's okay. It ain't no way. That's 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 29. That's what he's trying to tell me. So when you get hungry, forget about going to Wendy's. Don't worry about going to Wendy's. You're telling me to put the ketchup and the salt on your kids. That's what you're telling me to do. And this is what the Most High God is telling us to do. Not at all. Okay, let's move to the next one. Psalms 104, 5. Psalms chapter 104, verse 5. He set the earth on its foundation. It can never be moved. He set the earth on its foundation and it can never be moved. And I'm saying to myself, I thought the earth, I thought it was in space and I thought the earth spins. I mean, I've never saw it on the foundation before, just sitting still. But that's what it says. He set the earth on its foundation and it can never be moved. All right, don't make sense to me either. The next one, Leviticus 29. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 9. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. There'd be a lot of people that be dead. That's all I can say. But if you curse your mother or your father, you are to be put to death. And again, this is what the Most High God is saying. This is what he's saying. He's talking a lot about killing and eating, but the God of love, unconditional love, is talking about this. Not at all. Move to the next one. Leviticus 20:13. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man lies with a man as one lies with a woman, both of them have done what is detestable. They must be put to death. Again, we're talking a lot about being put to death. If you're gay, you're going to die. Basically, that's what he's saying. You're going to be put to death. I don't think God would say that either. I don't believe that. This in church. No, that's the thing. They don't talk about none of this in church because they skip all the stuff that don't make sense. They won't cover this because it'll have people scratching their head too much trying to say, hold on, something ain't right. And they don't want that. That's why I've been trying to tell y'all. A lot of these pastors and these prophets that's out here, these ones on TikTok, everybody is going with the flow so they can have followers. Everybody's going with the flow so the people can keep donating money. I've had people that have messaged me on TikTok and they say, well, why when you're doing your prayers, why don't you never cite Bible verses and this, that? And I was like, that's not what I do. That ain't what I do. I don't do that. So I don't do it because I already know what time it is and I'm not going to be fake with it and try to jump out here and do it just so I can have everybody that like me and everybody can follow me and maybe I can get more people on the lives. Maybe we can get more donate. Like, I'm not doing all of that. I mean, That's just me. But some people, they're all about giving people what they want to hear. So I ain't never been like that. All right, so let's go to the next one. Exodus 21, verses 20 through 21. Exodus 21, verses 20 and 21. If a man beats his male or female slave with a rod and the slave dies as a direct result, he must be punished. But he is not to be punished if the slave gets up after a day or two, since the slave is his property. Did y'all even know that they talked about slaves like this in the Bible? Did anybody know about this? So God is basically saying, this is Exodus 21, verses 20 through 21. So God is basically saying that if you get beat by your master, if you get beat by him, as long as you can get up in a day or two, it should be fine, because the slave master owns you. He owns you, so it should be all right. This is what God is saying. All this is coming from God now. If a man beats his male or female slave with a rod and the slave dies as a direct result, he must be punished. But he is not to be punished if the slave gets up after a day or two, since the slave is his property. Oh boy. Yeah, that's all it was for control. That's why I try to tell people. They put in this information to control you, to control your mind. That's all it was. Because we know God ain't saying none of this stuff. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Leviticus 26, verses 27 through 30. Leviticus 26, verses 27 through 30. If in spite of this you still do not listen to me, but continue to be hostile towards me, then in my anger I will be hostile towards you, and I myself will punish you for your sins 7 times over. You will eat the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and pile your dead bodies on the lifeless forms of your idols, and I will hate you. Well, the word they used was arbor, A-B-H-O-R, but it means hate. I will hate you. So this is what, again, this is what God is saying. That's what he's saying. You will eat the flesh of your daughters. This is what he's saying. So let's go to the next one. Got a few more. Hosea 9:14. Hosea chapter 9, verse 14. Give them, O Lord, what will you give? Give them a miscarrying womb and a dry breast. So God is telling, or God is saying, it's talking about miscarriages. That's what he's saying. He's going to give you a miscarrying womb and dry your breast so you're not able to breastfeed. That's what he's saying. Thanks for the roses. Y'all able to hear me all right? Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Can y'all good? Can y'all hear me? Okay. All right. Move on to the next one. Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25 verses 44 through 44. Leviticus 25 verses 44 through 45. Your male and female slave. Here we go, talking about slaves again. All this slave talk in the Bible? What? Our God is with slaves. He's with the slavery stuff. Your male and female slaves are to come from the nations around you. From them you may buy slaves. You may also buy some of the temporary residents living among you and members of their clans born in your country, and they will become your property. So again, it's talking about slaves, and God is saying that it's okay. Slavery is okay, and that it's okay if they buy us. I mean, we're the property. all that's okay. God cool with all of that. All right, let's move to the next one. Genesis 19, verse 8. Genesis 19, verse 8. See now, I have 2 daughters who have not known a man. Please let me bring them out to you, and you may do to them as you wish. Only do nothing to these men, since this is the reason they have come under the shadow of my roof. So now you prostituting your daughters, and then that's okay too. Oh boy. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Leviticus 20, verse 9. For everyone who curses, I think I already said that one already. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. I think I said that one already. All right, so yeah, I mean, so there you have it. So you got the Bible. So I know it was questions and people were saying, thanks for the roses. People were saying, well, you know, Prophet, why do you say that the Bible is tainted? And can you give us some examples? So those were some examples, but I could have gave you a whole lot more than that. But I just wanted to just give you a little something. Just a little something. So not only with these Bibles, the people that wrote these Bibles, King James, which was a Mason. This is somebody that believes in Lucifer, but writing Bibles and all this other stuff, and it just don't make sense to me. So I'm gonna tell you, right? So as I was getting this information, so it's confusing. I mean, it really is, because I mean, you got, like I said, a little bit of information that's sprinkled in that's the truth. So it's really hard to get to the truth because it's been so tainted. It really is. It's just been tainted, you know. So as I was getting this information, right, I'm reading it because I was like, man, all this stuff about slaves in the Bible, I was like, ain't no way that people can know about this stuff. But I think some of them religious people, I think they know. They just don't want to talk about it. They'll never try to bring it up. But I'm saying to myself, I'm thinking, it's a lot of fake stuff, right? So when I said that, like, the Most High God shot this vision in my head, right? And so the vision that he shot to me was when I first saw him. So when I first saw him, I was standing in front of his face. I couldn't see the front of his face. I could only see the side of his face. And then he showed me his hair. Like, his hair was sticking out like it was woolly. So I had told my dad about it. He said, oh yeah, you know, they say no man would ever be able to see his face. His hair's supposed to be like wool. Okay, so I saw that. So right after he shows me this vision, I jump into this other vision, right? So I've seen visions of Yeshua, I'm going to say maybe about 6 times. So I'm getting these visions of the times that I saw him. But each time that I saw him, something is putting my focus on his hands and his feet. So I'm saying, what's going on? So I'm going through all these times that I saw him. I said, oh, I see what's going on. I said, where are the wounds at in his hands or his wrists or his feet? I said, oh, okay. So he never got crucified? So I'm sitting there and I see these visions of every time I saw him. And my vision is being directed to his hands and his feet. And as I go through each vision of each time I saw him, I see no blood. I see no holes in his hands, on his wrists, or on his feet at all. At all. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that the Most High God made sure that he wanted that to stand out so that I could see. Because again, it is so many lies. I don't believe he was crucified. Let me just tell you that. I believe that's why I was being shown that. Thanks for the roses. But I don't believe he was crucified. I believe that was a lie also, just like most of everything else. Now, let's see here. Now, this is something else that gets me too, right? So, let me see, because I wrote it down. Something else that gets me. So, for the new people that are up here, always talk about not using the word amen, right? Because the word amen is Lucifer in the ancient Egyptian days. He went by the name of Amen-Ra. So again, we're going back in the pagan days before Christ. So Amen-Ra, they had multiple gods that they worshiped, right? But Amen-Ra had the most power out of all the gods. So they said, okay, well, instead of worshiping all these other gods, let's just worship this one God. He got the most power than the rest of them anyway. Amen-Ra, which was Lucifer. Thanks for the good talk, which was Lucifer. So they started worshiping him. And then they said, okay, to show him honor, we're going to put his name after all of our prayers, right? So we're going to say amen at the end of all of our prayers. So that's what they started doing. And again, this just kept right on going, and the ball just kept rolling up into the present time now. So you're hearing so many people saying amen, amen, however you want to pronounce it. Amen, amen. It's still the same. It's still the same. And the crazy part about it is, in the Old Testament, the word amen is mentioned 30 times. In the New Testament, it's mentioned like 162 times. It really is. So it's like you read, even if these prayers were good and this was coming from God or whatever, you reading this stuff, you put an amen at the end. And every time you do that, Lucifer intercepts your prayers. So your prayers are no good. So this is something that the Most High God revealed to me. This is what he showed. This is what he showed me. Some people have been able to find it. Some people can research it and they may say something different, but I'm just going off of the direct information that I got. Yeah, but his name is Amen-Ra. And I'm gonna tell you something else. What was crazy about that? After I got the information, a couple of days later, I was on YouTube looking for something, and this lady comes up, and the lady is a what is she? A high priestess. She's a devil worshiper, like a high-ranking priestess. And guess what she says? She's laughing on the video, and she says, I know this is something that y'all don't know. She said, I bet y'all don't know this. So she holding up this statue, right? I knew what the statue was because I started feeling like the negativity from it. Like, I said, okay, this is Satan or Lucifer or whatever. She said, this is Amen-Ra. She said, and what you don't know is every time you saying amen, this is who you praying to. And then she wrote some prayers down, and she was like, when Satanists pray, this is what we do. We put amen at the end of our prayers. This is our God that we worship. This is what a Satanist said. This is what she said. So, yeah, so that's that. So only thing I can tell you is with everything out here, we've been lied to so much. People are so programmed. I got people right now that when I talk to them, if I remotely seem like I'm about to come out and tell them something, oh, I'm gonna call you back, I gotta go. It's almost like they don't even want to. They don't even want to hear it. It's like just let me think what I think. I don't even want to try to open my mind up to nothing else. They don't want to try to open their mind up to nothing else at all. Their programming is gotten to them so deep. They don't even want to hear it. They're like, look, I'm good. I just want to just stay right here where I'm at. They don't want to challenge nothing. They don't want to challenge it. Even though some of the times they don't even take much to see. They don't take much to see at all. Yep, doesn't take much to see at all. I also have like 3 or 4 people that's close to me, right? And they have demons attached to them. They know this is something that I work. Now I have to be the first one to tell you, I don't know everything. I don't. But I work with these demons constantly. Every day, every night. When I'm asleep, when I'm dreaming, when I'm in the bathroom, when I lie to you not. I'm always dealing with it all the time. So I'm telling them like, you got demons in you. oh no, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm all right, ain't nothing wrong with me. They got so much fear built up in them. There's so much fear of deliverance and having it removed. They would rather stay the way that they are. They'd rather stay the way that they are. I got a friend right now that got so much anxiety. He'll tell me, oh, I'm good, man. It ain't been acting up today. I got another young lady I was working with. She found razor blades in her son's pants, I think in the washer or something. He had been cutting his wrist. I took her through deliverance some months back, and the demon told me, I got her son too. You know, you pulled me off of her, but I got her son. I tried to tell her this, and then she tells me, oh, I'm not, I rebuke that. I rebuke you saying that my son got demons. And I mean, so the stuff is just crazy to me. I don't know. I don't know. But, everybody got this fear built up in them. So instead of trying to seek deliverance, it's like, I'm good. Let me just stay the way I am. Let me just stay the way I am. And it's the same thing with all this Bible stuff. I know that they know a lot of this stuff is all the way off. This stuff is crazy. I don't care how you try to twist it, flip it. It don't make sense. And we know God is not going to be saying all this crazy stuff and talking about slaves and it's okay for us to be beat and all. I mean, there's no way. But yet, they'll still keep. Every time you try to make a video and you say something, they'll come in your comments. You know, they'll say, can you show me a Bible verse to support that? Can you show me a Bible verses? So I can't wait to make a video about this. You know I can't. I can't wait to make a video. But like I said, they so programmed is like, no matter what you say, it don't make a difference. It don't make a difference at all. It don't make a difference. Some of them locked and loaded. But, hey, it is what it is. It's them, it ain't me. So, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and shed some light on that situation. And I would encourage everyone that's up here to all this tradition. Just because your mom did it, just because your dad did it, just because your grandmother, your sister, your brother, we've been doing this for years. I mean, sit back and look at this stuff and question it because it's off and it ain't right. I can tell you, there are pagan holidays. There are pagan holidays. When you're taking this Bible and you're thinking that it's 100%, and if what somebody is saying, if they can't show you a verse to support it, that is off and it's not right. I'm telling you, it's off. So that's why I stress so much about, thanks for the gifts. That's why I stress so much. And can y'all hit these hearts too? These hearts, double tap these screens. So that's why I stress to y'all so much to fast and pray. You fast and pray. And like the Most High God, Yeshua will bring the truth. He'll bring you the truth. He'll show you stuff. So you got this long time talking about, people thinking that he been crucifixed and this, that. And when it hit me, when I was getting this information, he started showing me, I was like, you know what? I really didn't even think about it. I was like, you know what? When all of this stuff started for me, I saw his hands floating in front of me. It was just like this. It was two hands floating in front of me. No holes, no blood, no nothing. No holes, no blood, no nothing. Then I went back to all these other visions that I saw him face to face. I'm thinking again, he's showing me. I was like, no holes in his hands, no holes in his wrists, no holes in his feet. I'm like, man, what is going on? So it's just like it's lies after lies after lies after lies. So anyway, that's what we got. So, if you don't know, now you know. So you can take with it and do whatever you want to do with it. But that's how that goes. Very, very sad is all I can say. I remember I sat down and I was praying and I asked, like, Yeshua, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I got kind of mad for a second because I was like, why would you even let this happen? And he told me, he said, because it's free will. I've given y'all free will. You know? So if we didn't have free will, then of course they wouldn't be able to go in there and lie and make all these changes and put all this crap in there. But since we have free will, he said, I give man free will. And they wrote this stuff. Everything that they wrote, everything that they put in, it was to cater to their time. It was to cater to their needs. That's just what they, you know, that's what they did. That is what they did. So, you know, people are looking for the truth. Thanks for the bear. They're looking for the truth, but unfortunately, it's gonna be hard for us to get it. So I don't know. I don't know. So, how do you feel about? I gotta take a little water break on that note. So, y'all, we're gonna get ready to jump into these prayers. How I feel about some of the laws at this point, it's like I just don't know about none of it for real. Seek him, that's all you can say. Yep, he'll lead you. Seek him, that's right. That's why I tell people, pray and fast. You'll get guided to to the right stuff. I mean, you will. Well, I mean, I can't tell you where to go buy a true Bible because I don't believe that a true one exists. I think everything that you pick up is going to be tainted. It's going to be tainted. So, I mean, I don't know, but I do tell people, try to focus on some of the things that they pulled, the books that they pulled out, like the, what do you call it? I forgot that quick. The book of Enoch. Focus on some of that stuff, just like the whole stuff with I started getting information early in the game about with the whole Adam and Eve stuff, how that was off. How Eve's supposed to have been his first wife when his first wife was Lilith. A lot of people hadn't heard of Lilith, but that was his first wife. And what happened with that, they were both created the same way. So she felt like they was equal. And they had, whenever they would have sex, she would never want to get on the bottom. She would never want to get on the bottom. Because being on the bottom, you feel less. So, she got cast out of Eden, and the angels tried to talk to her, and but she wasn't going for it. So she turned into a demon, supposedly supposed to be the first female demon, and also she's a succubus demon. So she's like a demon with what I would call a vampiric spirit, so more like a vampire. And so, she hated, her thing was she hated men, and she would try to steal and kill the babies. And I mean, they even think with her, this whole thing about Adam and Eve eating an apple and all this other stuff, it's even believed that she was the serpent that enticed them because she was so jealous of the relationship. But Lilith is real. Yeah, Lilith, she's real. So, there's some more stuff for you. So that completes our For the Bible. Let me get on my mic. For the Bible tells me so. That completes our Bible study. We'll move into our prayers for the night. We'll move into to our prayers for tonight. Boy, when I put that video out, boy, them religious people, they can be coming at me 100 miles per hour. I just be laughing at them. I don't even get mad. Yeah, I probably have 100 videos people be sending me. Prophet, they made another video. I said, well, tell them make a part 2. I ain't mad at them at all. Tell them make a part 2. Oh yeah, the truth definitely hurts. No doubt about that. Ain't no doubt. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and let me start this. Let me start these prayers. Let's go ahead and start these prayers for tonight. Okay, so see we got some new people, so let me kind of give you the rundown. So I'm about to start praying these deliverance prayers. So if you start coughing, burping, sneezing, itching, passing gas, ears start popping, shaking, feel like you gotta go like to the bathroom, you got a boo-boo. Number 2, hiccups. What else? Am I missing something else? Throwing up. Or your nose start running, because it comes out of your nose too, just like that. It's like it comes out of your mouth. It'll come from out of your nose. So if you're feeling any of those things going on, I think I covered all of them. That means that demons are being removed. Yeah. So any of that is going on, demons are being removed from you. So just let it come out. Let it come on out, All right. So let's get started. You're itching. Yeah. When you start itching, some people's eyes will even start watering, or they may start crying or yawning. If you're yawning too, if you keep yawning back to back, they're coming out that way too. So, and after I pray, just kind of, let us know what's going on in the comments if you're experiencing any of that. All right. And that's how that will go. So I like to start the prayers off. So somebody said a couple weeks ago, they said, well, can you teach us how to pray? So what I would say was, I know everybody got their own style of praying, but what I will always say is when you're praying, make sure that you are praying to destroy the altars first. Well, it doesn't have to be first, as long as you include that in your prayer. Because these altars are how these demons are causing difficulties in your life. So the best way for me to explain it is just like I explained it before. Just imagine if you have a house, right? And in one room, these demons have your finances tied up in one room. Another room, they have your health tied up in this room. So they're doing stuff with your health. In another room, they are affecting your relationship. So there's 3 rooms where they're doing this demonic stuff, right? Again, they're working against you. This is a house, right? So in order to have a house, you got to have a foundation. The altar is the foundation. So if we dismantle and destroy the foundation, it can't be a house. So the altar is gone. So when you pray to destroy the altars. The altars will be attached to your lineage, ancestral altars, your health, your finances, your kids. Everything that you can think of. They have them in the air, the land, the water. So just to give you a little heads up on that. So let's get started. Every demonic altar that is attached to you, I destroy it in the name of Yeshua. I destroy every demonic altar in the air. I destroy every demonic altar on land. I destroy every demonic altar in the sea. I destroy it with the flames of Yeshua. I destroy it. I send flames to it. I send fire to it. I dismantle every demonic altar that is attached to you. Every demonic altar that is attached to your health, I destroy it in the name of Yeshua. Every demonic altar that is attached to your finances, I destroy it with the flames and the fire of Yeshua and the fire of the Most High God. Every demonic ancestral altar that is attached to you and your family, I destroy it, and I destroy it in the name of Yeshua. I destroy it with the fire of Yeshua, the fire of the Most High God. I destroy every demonic altar that Satan, that Lucifer has assembled against you in the air, in the land, and in the water. Every demonic chain, everything that is attached, everything that attaches you to Satan's kingdom, I break it, and I break it now in the name of Yeshua. I break it in the name of the Most High God. I remove all demonic strongholds over your life. I command every demonic implant, every demonic device that's in your body, I remove it and I destroy it with the flames of Yeshua. I command every spirit of witchcraft to go now and never return. I command every spirit of black magic to go now and never return. Every spirit that is connected, every spirit that is attached to divination that has entered you, I command that it leaves now in the name of the Most High God. Everything that is dark that is in you, I command that it leaves out of your body now in the name of the Most High God, in the name of Yeshua. Leave them now and never return. I command that everything goes now. I command that every Santeria spirit leave out of you now. I command every voodoo and every hoodoo spirit leaves out of you now. I command every witch and every warlock that has entered you to go now. I command every negative spirit to leave now and to never return. Leave out of them now. Every Hindu spirit, leave God's children now. I command that you go. Everything of the darkness must leave now. I command that you leave them and that you never return. Everything of the marine kingdom that has entered you, I command that it leaves now. Everything that has entered you through sex, I command that it leaves out of your body now in the name of Yeshua. Everything that has attached itself to your neck, to your head, to your spine, I command that it goes now. Every snake that has coiled itself around your head, around your neck, around your spine, I command that it goes now. I command that everything of Satan's kingdom leave out of you now. Leave out of their bodies and never return. I command that you go in the name of Yeshua. Every mommy watcher spirit, go now. Every siren spirit, go now. Every mermaid spirit, go now. Every spirit of Leviathan, leave now. Everything of the marine kingdom, come out of them now. Leave in the name of Yeshua. Come completely out of their bodies. I command that you leave and that you never return. Every spirit of Satan and Lucifer, leave now. I command that you leave out of their bodies now. Every spirit of Baphomet, leave now. Every spirit of Asmodeus, leave now. I command every spirit of Asmodeus to leave out of them now. Every demon that is hiding in you, I'm exposing it with the light of the Most High God. I'm pushing out everything that's dark. I'm pushing out everything that's demonic. I'm commanding that it goes. I'm commanding that it leaves. I'm commanding that it fully comes out of your body and never returns. Everything of the darkness, leave out of them now and never return. I command that you go. Every spirit of anxiety, leave now. Every spirit of depression, go now. Every spirit of PTSD, leave out of them now. Every spirit of anger, go now. Every spirit of destruction, leave out of them now. Every hostile spirit that is attached to you, I'm commanding that it leaves out the body now in the name of the Most High God. Leave out and never return. Every spirit that is attached to witchcraft, leave out of them now. Every voodoo and hoodoo spirit, leave completely out of their bodies now. Every spell, every curse that has been placed on them, I break it and I remove it in the name of Yeshua, in the name of the Most High God. I break and I remove all addictions over your life. I command that every spirit that's behind addictions in you, leave now. All spirits that are attached to gambling addictions, go now. All spirits that are attached to drugs and alcohol addictions, I command that you leave out of the body now. Every spirit that is attached to sugar addictions, I command that you leave out their bodies now and that you never return. Every spirit that is causing masturbation addictions, leave now. Every spirit that is causing pornography addictions, come out of them now. Every homosexual spirit and lesbian spirit, come out of them now. I command every spirit of confusion to come all the way out now and never return. Leave out of their bodies. I command that you go. All hoarder spirits, leave out of them now. All OCD spirits, leave out of them now. I'm commanding everything of the darkness. I'm commanding everything that is behind addictions, that it leave you now and that it never returns, that it comes all the way out. Every spirit that is standing in the way of you losing weight, I command that it goes now. Every spirit of obesity and gluttony, leave out of them now. Every spirit, every gossiping spirit, leave out of them now. I command that you go. Every spirit of abuse, molestation, leave out of them now. Every spirit of unforgiveness, leave out now. Every spirit of hatred, stubbornness, pain, suffering, torment, go now in the name of Yeshua and never return. Every unclean spirit, go. Every unholy spirit, go. Every negative spirit, go. Every dark spirit, go. Every dark angel, go. Every imp, leave. Every trickster spirit, leave. I'm commanding everything that is attached to Satan's kingdom to come out of you now. Every spirit of mind control, leave out of them now. Every spirit of lack of motivation, leave out of them now. Every spirit of lust and adultery, leave out of them now. Every spirit of ADHD, I command that you go now and that you never return. Every spirit of rejection, come all the way out and never return. Every spirit of denial, come all the way out and never return. I'm commanding all familiar spirits, all monitoring spirits, come out of God's children's now. Come out of them now and never return. Every deaf, dumb, and mute spirit, leave out of them now. I command that you go. Every spirit of autism, come out of them now. All spirits of anxiety, all spirits of fear, come all the way out. All spirits of procrastination, come all the way out. I command that you leave. All spirits of pride, all spirits of incest, come all the way out of their bodies and never return. Leave in the name of the Most High God. All spirits of homelessness and poverty, leave out of them now. All spirits of fornication, go now. All contrary spirits, leave out of them now. All spirits of stagnation, go now in the name of Yeshua and never return. Every spirit of Lilith, leave now. Every spirit of Baphomet, leave now. Every Congo spirit, leave now. Every strongman spirit, leave now. Everything that is dark, everything that is demonic, I command that you go now. All spirits of sickness and disease, leave out of the body now. I command that you go. All Jezebel spirits, I command that you go. I command that you leave out of God's children now. If there's anything that's affecting your finances, I command that it goes now. If there's anything that's attached to your health, causing issues with the health, I command that it goes now. If there's anything attached to your home, I command all demons leave out of the home. All demons leave out of the closets. All demons leave out of the attic, the garage, the basements. All demons leave the property now in the name of the Most High God, in the name of Yeshua. All demons that are attached to your pets, to your animals, leave out of them now. Every demon that is attached to your kids, I command that they go now. Every demon that is attached to your grandkids, I command that they leave now. Come completely out of them now in the name of the Most High God. I command it, I demand it in the name of the Most High God, in the name of Yeshua. Leave them, come out of them. I'm sending fire to your head. I'm increasing the fire to your head, and I'm increasing fire all over your body. I'm destroying everything that is dark. I'm destroying everything that is demonic that is in you. And I'm commanding that it goes now. I cut off the head of every snake that is in you, every serpent that is in you, every serpent spirit that is hiding in you now. I command that it comes out now. Every serpent spirit that is hiding in you, I command that it comes out now. Every snake spirit, go. Every cobra spirit, go. Every python spirit, go. Everything that's hiding in your body must leave now. I command all poison to come up and come out. All poison in the body, come up and come out. I'm filling your stomach with the fire of Yeshua. I'm increasing the fire all over your body. All poison in the body, come up and come out in the name of the Most High God. All poison come out of the stomach, come out of the chest, and leave out of the mouth now. All incubus and succubus demons, leave out of them now. No longer will you come in their dreams and have sex with them. Leave out of them now. I'm commanding that you come fully out of their bodies and that you never return. If they have been fed anything in their dreams, come up and come out now. All poison, come up and come out. If there are any demonic implants or devices in their body, I'm sending fire to it now, and I'm destroying it. I'm destroying all spiritual spouses, all spiritual families. Must leave, must go now. Everything must leave and everything must go now in the name of the Most High God. Leave out of them and never return. I command that you go. I command that you leave. Every pain that's in your body, I command all pain to go now. I command all pain to go now. I command all pain in your body to leave now. I demand and I command all sickness to leave out of the body now. I command that it goes. All sickness leave the body now. All aches and pains leave now in the name of Yeshua. I command that you go. All headaches, all migraines, leave the head now. I command that you leave the head. Everything that's unclean in your body, everything that's unclean in your blood, leave out now. Everything that's unclean in your tissues, in your bones, in your nerves, leave out now. I command that it goes. I command that everything be healed in the name of Yeshua. Everything in your body be healed. Your neck be healed. Your disc be healed. Your spine be healed. All arthritis pain be healed. All pain in the joints be healed. All swelling goes down and it leaves. In the legs and the elbows and the feet and your arms and your ankles. All swelling in the body, leave now. I command that it goes in the name of Yeshua. I command all thyroids to leave now and be healed. Be healed of all allergies. Be healed of all respiratory issues, bronchitis, asthma. Be healed in your heart. Be healed in your lungs, your liver, your kidneys. Be healed in all of your major organs. I command all cancer, leave the body now. All high blood pressure, leave the body now. All diabetes, leave the body now. I command that it goes. Leave completely out. All sickness and disease, leave the body now. I command that you go. All nerve issues, all sciatic nerves issues, be healed in the name of Yeshua. All nerve issues be healed in the name of Yeshua. Everything in the stomach be healed in the name of Yeshua. Be healed throughout your body. I'm asking the healing angels to touch you and to start healing. heal you all over your body. I'm asking the Most High God and Yeshua to allow the healing to take place throughout your body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Be healed all through your body now in the name of Yeshua. Be healed throughout your entire body. Everything that's demonic that's standing in the way, go now. Leave now. I command that you go. No longer will you block the healing. Leave out of them now. All blindness, leave out of the eyes. All blindness, leave out of the eyes. All fluid, leave out of their feet. Leave out of the legs. Leave out of the arms, the hands. All fluid, leave out of the body now in the name of Yeshua. Come out now. Go. I commanded it goes. I commanded it leaves. Everything must go in the name of the Most High God. Leave. Everything is dark and demonic that is still holding on, I command that you detach yourself and that you leave them now. I command that you detach yourself from the head. Go now. Every demon that is still attached, I command that you strip yourself of all of your powers. Strip yourself of all of your powers. Remove all demonic rings. Remove all demonic earrings, all demonic chains, all demonic bracelets, all demonic crowns. Remove all of your demonic jewelry off of them now. Remove all of your powers from out of their eyes, from out of their heads, from out of their arms, their hands, their legs, their feet, their stomach. I command that you remove it all. Leave in the name of Yeshua. I command that it all goes. I command every spirit of ratchetness that's in you, leave out of you now. I command that it goes. All forms of ratchetness, leave now. Leave all the way out. Come all the way out. Leave them now. All portion spirits, leave them now. Come all the way out. And if you're 16 and up, you probably don't twerk. So all doing the butt spirits, come out. You probably don't twerk, but you might be doing the butt. All doing the butt spirits, come all the way out now. I command that you go. All twerking spirits, all doing the butt spirits, leave them now. Come all the way out. In the name of Yeshua. Come all the way out. Leave them now. No more twerking. No more doing the butt.